Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a eyeshadow look with the new Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. I have already filmed a review demo and sort of first impressions of this palette on my channel already, but I wanted to do a slightly different look using it because I've only used this probably about 4 times now, and that look that I did was quite sort of subtle and a little bit natural, so I wanted to do something a little bit more glam today with it. This is what the palette looks like if you haven't already seen it. I will link in the description box as well my first video using this palette, because that was my sort of first impressions and more of a review on it. But today I'm feeling like I want to kind of do like a more glam kind of cut crease and add a little bit of glitter. So yes, obviously I've already done my face makeup, so I'm just going to be focusing on the eyes today. Is that zoomed in far enough? Now I feel like that's too much. Okay. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with my Marc Jacobs primer. I do this with basically every eyeshadows that I use. This primer just really helps the eyeshadows to last a lot longer and also the colour payoff to be a bit better, which is why I like using it. Right, now I'm just going to take a Morphe Fluffy brush. This is the M505 and I'm going to take this colour in my crease. This is Sandalwood. I used this in my last tutorial as well, but this is just a perfect sort of transition colour. And I am going to bring that right into the sort of inner corner of my eye because I'm going to do a cut crease today. Again, shock horror. So I want there to be colour in that inner corner bit, so when we cut the crease you can still see a bit of colour. I really want this to be like, I've got some rose gold glitter, so I really want this to be like very like rose gold and kind of warm tones, so that is the kind of thing that I'm going for today. And I'm going to keep it more sort of at a point at the end of the eye so that it's a little bit of cat eye effect. I love that colour. I think it's such a nice transition shade colour. Right, so once that colour is all nice and blended in my crease, I'm going to take a darker colour. I don't want to use the exact same colours that I used in my last video, but I kind of want to because I really like the ones that I used. But I'm not going to do that because we've already done that. So I'm going to take the colour Henna. I didn't use that in my last video. This is a little bit of a more cool toned brown. So then I'm going to take that on the Morphe. Do you know what, this brush is so freaking good, but the name is rubbed off of it, so I don't actually know. I think it's a G24, but it's just a smaller, fluffier brush than the last one. And I'm just going to take that in the crease, but a bit lower, so I'm not going to take it as high up. So this is just going to create a little bit of depth to the eye. And I'm also going to wing that out as well. So after I posted my review on this palette, I actually went onto YouTube and sort of was looking up other people's reviews on the palette just to see what sort of other people thought of it, because I kind of wanted to try the palette and film the review without having anyone else's opinion sort of in my brain. I just wanted to sort of do it from my own point of view, because sometimes if someone says that they don't like something or they really like it, that automatically makes me think that it's either really bad or really good. So I just kind of wanted to go in with a clear, open mind. And I watched a review by, I forget her name, I don't subscribe to the girl, I just sort of saw it on my homepage on YouTube, but it was a really bad review, and she said that she really didn't like the palette and she thought it was rubbish. And I was like, what? Like, I don't understand why she thought that it was rubbish, because I think that it's a really good palette. And then I wanted to kind of use a darker colour in the outer corner, but there isn't actually a darker one than Cocoa apart from the black. So I think I'm going to mix the black with the Cocoa, which is the colour that we just used, and put that on the outer corner of my eye, because I don't want full black, but I did want a darker colour than Cocoa. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to just take this small pencil brush. I got this off of eBay, so it's probably just a fake of like the MAC one or something. And I'm just going to mix those two colours together and then press that on the outer corner of my eye. Don't want too much of this, just a little bit of a darker colour just to make it a little bit more gradient. scares the shit out of me using black eyeshadow because it could so easily go wrong from here. Oh my god, so who's watching 13 Reasons Why? Like the second season has just come out. Literally, it's the most pointless thing that I've ever watched. I feel like I'm only on episode 7. And someone told me that there's a really big ending to it. But I just feel like it's so pointless and they're just dragging it out for too long. Like, I just feel like I don't even want to watch it. Like, I'm watching it, but I'm like on my phone the whole time. Like, it's so boring. I don't know if anyone else is finding that, but it's just so, like, I feel like they should just left it where it was and like not bothered to bring it back for another season. Because it's just a little bit too, like, I don't know, it's all getting a bit much for me. Right, now I'm going to cut my crease, and for that I'm just going to use the Revolution concealer in the shade C4 and a little flat brush again from eBay. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and then cut my crease. And then once I've got a little bit of product on my eye, I'm just going to go in with a clean flat brush and kind of smooth that out. So quite a good way of cutting your crease is if you just put a little bit of concealer on your eye and then look straight up, and it kind of marks for you where it's best to cut your crease, because the problem is if you do it lower than what that mark will give you, then it will just kind of transfer up to there anyway. And you can always take it higher than that mark if you like, but I feel like if you take it too much higher than there, then it kind of goes a bit like drag queen. So I mean, unless you're going for that look, that's absolutely fine, but I like to just look straight up. It will give me the perfect place to put it, and then it kind of always matches with the other eye then as well if you do that. Do you know what, with that trick as well, with the looking up thing, that is one of the, like, the only things that I like. Most of my kind of makeup skills, if you like, were learnt through watching YouTube videos. I did go to makeup school as well, but to be honest, most of my skills are from watching other people do makeup on YouTube, which is why I wanted to create my own channel as well, because I find that it's a really good way of people learning how to do makeup without even leaving the houses. But I actually taught myself that. I kind of worked that one out for myself. I don't know if anyone else has. I mean, there's probably people on YouTube that have done tutorials on how to do that, but I feel like I didn't learn that off of anyone. That was all me. Because it's so hard, like, nowadays, and it's so, like, off-putting and demotivating kind of doing YouTube, because it is something that I really want to do, and I do really want to do it properly and like really put like my all into it. But I just feel like sometimes, like, all the video ideas that I have, it's, you know, like most of the time they've already been done, and it can be quite demotivating because I just feel like sometimes that people won't want to watch my videos because other people have already done them and probably done them better. But you know what, like, I don't really care. And also, like, everyone has their own little thing about them, you know, like everyone has their own personality on YouTube. I just feel like every single person that puts themselves on YouTube has something different to bring in, like, their own little way, because at the end of the day everyone's got a different personality. So I don't know, that's what kind of motivates me really. Right, so Huda said on the back of this palette that you can use these eyeshadows with a brush, like the foily ones I mean. So, I mean, they don't really look like the type of eyeshadows that you can use with a brush, because usually the more shimmery ones you can only really use with your finger. But I'm going to try with a brush because I'm doing a cut crease, so I want it to be quite precise. I'm going to use the shade Trust Fund, which is this one. So obviously it's like a nice rose gold. I feel like the shade rose gold in this palette isn't actually rose gold, it's more pink. So Trust Fund for me is more of a rose gold. And I'm going to use this dry on a MAC 242. And I'm just going to pop that on the eye. I don't really want to use too much of this because I am going to put glitter over the top. I just want this to kind of be like a base. I mean, it's not really going on that pigmented with a brush, let's be real. Like it's kind of a bit like patchy, and probably be better if you wet your brush with like some Fix Plus or something, but I don't actually own Fix Plus, so we're just doing this dry. Oh my god, I've just made a massive dent in that. Do you know what, these foily eyeshadows are really soft, so you've got to be so careful, because I literally just put my brush in and I'll show you. It's made like a massive dent. They literally just crumble, they're so soft, so you have got to be really careful. But I do really like this shade. I do think it's like a really nice rose gold colour. It's going to be perfect for the glitter that I'm going to put on top, which I'll show you in a sec. Right, so I'm going to go back in with that brush that we used to apply the black and the brown, and I'm just going to kind of like press on some more and kind of blend that edge in a little bit, just so that it's not a harsh line. And now before I do the glitter, I'm actually just going to apply some wing liner, because if I apply the glitter first and then the wing liner will go on really bumpy. So I'm going to apply the Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner with a Sigma E06 brush. I'm just going to mix in a little bit of this Inglot Duraline, because my eyeliner is a bit dead, so it needs a bit of moistening up. This brush is so good for winged liner. Like if you're looking for a new angled brush, this is your guy. Right, I had an absolute liner disaster, so I just filmed my liner off camera. They don't look very even, but liner is something that I need to practice, like, big time. I'm good at it, like, I can do it, but it takes me a while, so yeah, don't watch the liner. I mean, it doesn't look that bad now, but it looked fucking... Oh, sorry, I swore, sorry, mum. It looked really bad when I first did it, so I had to take it off and reapply it, but yeah, I'm back. That took me like 20 minutes just to do liner. Right, so I've actually decided the glitter that I was going to use was the glitter by Mubu Glitter. But I actually just applied it on my eye, and it was kind of, where the glitter chunks are too big, it was kind of just like creasing weird, and it didn't really look right. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of glitter glue on and just go back over with that rose gold shade, the shade called Trust Fund, sorry, just because I feel like with the glitter glue it will apply more intense, and we'll get more of a glitter effect anyway. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than what it did when I applied it dry. So this is with the glitter glue and this is without. So as you can see, obviously the glitter glue has made such a big difference. So I would definitely recommend using the foiled eyeshadows in here with glitter glue. Definitely applied a lot more pigmented. It looks like I've almost got glitter on my eyes, but I haven't. Right, so I'm just going to do exactly the same to my other eye. I'm like starving. I'm really hungry. Right, so I'm just going to go back over the front of the gel liner just because it's got a bit covered. Right, now I'm just going to move on to my lower lash line. I might use the red in here. I'm going to mix the shades Man-Eater and Henna together and put that on my lower lash line just because I want a little bit of red, pop of red in there, because we all know that I love red. Just going to take that all the way along the bottom. I'm just going to take this Morphe 508 brush and I'm just going to kind of blend that out a little bit. Now for my lower waterline, I'm just going to use the Rimmel Exaggerized Smoke and Shine eyeliner in the shade Copper Bling 002. This is just like a brown kind of almost shimmery eyeliner. Oh, someone just lost a helium balloon. Oh, cut myself in the eye. Ow. Oh. Right, now I'm just going to take the shade Moon Dust, just a little bit on my ring finger, and I'm just going to pat that into the inner corner, just for a highlight in there. Right, now I'm just going to do a tiny bit of mascara. This is the Clarins Super Volume Mascara, and I'm going to be using lashes, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this on. I never really used to wear lashes, like, it's only really recently that I've been wearing them, but I feel like with looks like this, they just look so much better than if you just put mascara on. It just makes the look completely come together. Right, now I'm just going to do some bottom mascara. Right, so lashes and bottom mascara is on, and that is the look completely finished. So I'll zoom you out so you can see. I really like that palette, and I really like how the eyeshadow turns out every time I use it. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth the money. If you were thinking of buying it, I definitely would. Right, so that is the look completely finished. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a like and also subscribe to my channel, because I do post videos like this all the time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.